Today's voiceover talent is more than just a pretty voice.
Pretty voice.
Today's voiceover talent has to be a boss.
A boss.
Join us each week for business owner strategies and success with your hosts Ann Ganguzza and Gabrielle Nistico, along with some of the strongest voices in our industry.
Rock your business.
Rock your business.
Rock your business.
Like a boss.
Like a boss.
Rock your business like a boss.
Rock your business like a boss. A VO boss.
A VO boss.
A VO boss.
Hey everybody, welcome to the VO Boss podcast. I'm your host, Ann Ganguzza, along with my VO Boss bestie, Gabby Nistico.
Hello.
Hey,
Woo-hoo.
Gabby. And Gabby, we are here today with special friend and special guest. I idolize this woman. She has been in the industry for a long time. Emmy-nominated
Not too long.
actress. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, not that long. But Emmy-nominated actress.
but I started when I was a baby.
There you go.
Pretty much.
I was one when I started. I had my first voiceover job. Gaga, cuckoo, gaga, gaga. Yeah.
Known for her iconic female characters, video games, animated television shows. Welcome to none other than our friend, Tasia Valenza.
Yay.
Hello. Hi. You got to hear my very first job.
Well, we're so excited to have you here.
I'm
all a
delighted
little
to
bit
be here.
goofy.
Forgive me for my shenanigans. I'm just I
No.
adore you guys, and I
We
feel a
adore
little
you.
punch drunk because we're actually doing this for
I
real.
know. We're goofy
Yes.
because this is like our third time,
Third
right?
time.
Third time is
Yes.
a charm.
But the other two, I think they were really bonding opportunities, and in our challenges with
absolutely.
the technical snafus, I feel like it was some two great phone calls, which is of course totally aligned with my whole giving great voice message. Because when have we three ever had a chance to talk this much, especially together?
True.
I
It
know.
actually was a blessing in disguise. So I'm actually excited that there was technical snafus.
We laughed. We cried.
We
We
did.
became a family. We bonded.
Right.
We probably
even
have a
got a chance to
trillion
talk to
outtakes.
Townsend at one point. It was really like a love fest.
Oh my God, that's right. We dragged Townsend in.
We did. And
Townsend
totally
Coleman, who was one of the
Poor
premier
guy.
voiceover artists, was kind enough to jump in and converse with us, and we
and
we
put up
made
with
Kevin
it,
might
us.
be
yeah,
in
we're
here
so
too.
wonderful.
You never know. You never know
That's
who's
true.
going to join the conversation when Tasia's in
Well,
town.
you guys have the best of the best, she said modestly.
So, Tasia, now that we are finally together, tell us what is going on with you. You as being a boss lady extraordinaire. And I know there's a new endeavor and a new project that I'd like to get to a little bit later on. But tell us now what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much for asking, and I have to say I'm kind of at this cool amalgamation of 20 plus years in of doing VO and loving it and being so grateful. And Gabby and I go way, way back, as you know, in terms of casting and working together. And you and I, Ann, we've known each other for a while too. And I'm just loving the opportunity now to not only do VO, but teach VO to wonderful voiceover artists I'm coaching. And I'm actually even coaching non-VO artists to think like a voiceover actor in their own lives. And my whole platform is giving great voice, because I feel so blessed that I have had the gift of being able to give great voice, both as an actor and a voiceover actor for the last 20, 30 years. And now I love teaching it. And then I got the opportunity to take this whole notion of the idea that truly our voices, to give our voices is a gift. And nowadays, even though we do it professionally so often, the three of us, we are aligned in that so many of us don't use our voices anymore as much. And so we are using technology, which is fantastic. But I wanted to use this platform of giving great voice to start this little kindness campaign. So I'm doing VO, I'm teaching VO, and I'm teaching the art of confident verbal communication, and I'm doing kindness campaign. So I'm kind of crazy all over the map.
So let's talk a little bit more about the kindness campaign, because you and I, we worked together for many, many years, and then we just drifted, not for any other reason than we're on two different coasts, and we just weren't making it a habit of keeping up with one another.
Correct.
We both cross-posted on Facebook. That led to a phone call, and I feel like this whole thing is genius, where you're kind of going, all right, let's revive the older forms of communication, the more traditional methods, the ways to actually have a more emotional context with people. And I think it's brilliant.
Well, thank you. It is something I'm so passionate about. And it's one of those things that seems so obvious. And yet it's a perfect example that we were using social media and we saw each other on Facebook. I started this kindness campaign called the Giving Great Voice Challenge during the holidays, which can be an incredibly lovely time and also a very lonely time. And it seemed that we were completely aligned because you literally said on Facebook, if someone's having a tough time right now, please reach out to me. And I thought, well, there you go. I'm doing this kindness campaign, which is the idea, instead of giving the ugly sweater or the tchotchke, give the gift of your voice and reach out and touch someone. And so I had already started this, and I saw your post, and I said, in the notion that I wasn't going to just Facebook back with you because it kind of goes against the whole idea, could we talk? And we had this incredibly lovely conversation, caught up on 7 years worth. We certainly had a great connection and got to live what Giving Great Voice is all about, because we totally got connected, and then you guys invited me on the show from it.
We
so
circled Ann in. Absolutely.
Beautiful, deep things happen when
Love
you give
it.
great voice and receive great voice.
And I've seen quite a few of these Giving Great Voice campaigns out there on social media. And every time, I have to say, when I listen to somebody explain what it means to them to give great voice, it almost always brings me to tears, because a kindness campaign, there's so much heart and kindness and generosity. And it's really wonderful to kind of see those traits and to be brought back into this world of chaotic social media, and it's what sometimes seems to be impersonal kind of contact with other people. I really love the fact that we can use our voice to connect with others, and this is really a great campaign to bring that out.
Thank you so much. And I feel like in the world of voiceover artists, which we are the best ambassadors for it, because we use our voices so powerfully, so beautifully in our lives. But I would have to say that certainly in my personal life, I know I use it less. You know, we're all so busy, and social media is wonderful for kind of keeping the acquaintanceship going. But it doesn't give the opportunity to completely connect with our deepest level of humanity. And that's what I'm hoping that Giving Great Voice, the challenge is for, is to remind us of what it means to give great voice, what it means to give the gift of your voice to yourself, because we must be kind to ourselves as well, and then to others. And so I feel exactly the same. Every time someone posts what a Giving Great Voice experience has meant to them, I kvel. I feel like, oh my gosh, this is such a gift to me as much as it is a gift to the world, to be able to see what inspires other people to feel. And I just wanted to get it out to the voiceover community, which I'm so grateful for you guys sharing it, because I feel like we can truly spread it far and wide quickly.
Oh, yeah, even beyond the voiceover community.
I just think that VO artists are the best ambassadors, because we know the power of what it means to use our voice.
Yeah, the other day I was in the kitchen and I heard you. I heard your voice from another room. And I turned the corner. Well, what the heck is going on? Why am I hearing Tasia? And my husband has an app on his phone. So we kind of knew about this prior when we had spoke, and I introduced it to him, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's actually using it. This is really cool. I want you to tell us a little bit about that project. Yeah. And kind of how that came about, because I know it's all very interconnected with this mission of yours right now.
Yes, I got this opportunity. I was going to be hired as a voiceover artist for an affirmation meditation app. To be truthful, I looked at what they were writing and I was not very inspired by it. And I thought, well, I live this, and this is something I'm passionate about. You know, again, how do we speak to ourselves? And most of our thoughts, we have 70 to 90,000 thoughts a day, like just filtering down in the background, and 80% of those thoughts are negative thoughts from the day before and the day before and the day before. And so to affirm ourselves is such a powerful way to kind of get into the present moment and remind ourselves that, you know, that we must speak kindly to ourselves. So long story short, I said, listen, I would love to forego the money, and can I be part of this? And they said, sure, you know, let's try it. And I got the chance to co-write all these masteries for an app called Haven. And it's a totally free affirmation meditation app. And I co-wrote them and I voiced them all. And it is my gift to the world. Really serves, again, what Giving Great Voice is all about. So I feel like, you know, when you know that you're you're in the zone and very much purposeful right now. Like, I've loved being a voiceover artist, and I've loved all that it afforded me in terms of getting to do something that I'm passionate about, which is to use my voice in so many different realms. And now I feel like, after being on the planet for this long and trying to leave it a little bit more beautifully than when I came, and is as I get in my older years, that my mission is greater and that I have the opportunity to serve more with my voice. And that's what this whole thing is about, the affirmation meditation app and Giving Great Voice Challenge. It's just my way of feeling like I have done something meaningful and that I'm hopefully making a difference in the world.
Well, yeah, and you've definitely made a difference, and it impacted the community, because it's more, as I love that you said, it's so much more than just, you've been able to give your voice in many different genres, and this is something that, really I think helps to complete the circle, to get that feeling of, something that you can do to make a difference that can help others. And I think also it probably just will help everybody if they give great voice and they talk about what it means to them. I think it's going to help everybody in their own businesses and in their careers. It's not just one single entity. It really does connect full circle to business, personal, career,
yes.
all those good things.
Yes, and that's what exactly I'm teaching students that are 13 years old to stand up for themselves by empowering them. I'm teaching a whole class of teachers this weekend. They're actual teachers in an age community, and I'm helping them to feel more passionate as they teach, so that they can take what they know and convey it in a way that can be more palatable and more exciting. Because these are all volunteers, and I'm volunteering my time because I want to make them feel more empowered to be better teachers. Because if they're going to give their time, they might as well know that their message is landing. So yes, Giving Great Voice is how do we speak to ourselves, and how do we go out into the world and play our roles more effectively? Because we're all multifaceted people. I mean, we're moms and sisters and daughters, and we're coworkers, and we're colleagues, and we're friends, and our voice in each of those areas of our lives can either support our intentions or they can detract from our intentions. And my whole hope is that if we can become more conscious of, like, what do I want in this particular scene of my life? Do I want to support my friend? And how can my voice do that? If I want to comfort my friend, you speak to your friend in a different way than you would maybe if you want to command attention. And as voiceover artists, we use this all the time because we have to act. We're voice actors, right? And so now I'm trying to extrapolate that and teach that everyone can use the same notion and become more empowered to have more success in all areas of their lives.
I love that. It's just beautiful. And just on a personal note for me, so much of my work over the years has been in the commercial sector. And while I love doing it, I'm the first to say there are the occasional moments when I'm like, what am I really doing? It's not something great or impactful on society or humanity. There doesn't feel like there's a lot of heart in it. This is a way to turn that around.
Right. I always joke that I'd like to be known for more than slinging suds.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it. And as well as I know, that we spend so much time alone in our closets, our studios, that we can get very depressed by the lack of social connection, right? I mean, here we are. It's so ironic because we use our voices, right? And we are using it all day long. And yet, how often are we connecting to another human being and hearing their beautiful voice and interacting? And so I feel like even as voiceover artists, we need to get ourselves out of our closets and pick up the phone and call each other and call people we love and connect, because you are a beautifully deep person. And so is Anna. We have so much to offer. And so, I donate my voice for charities that I believe in. I feel like we all have the opportunities, especially as voiceover artists, to make a difference. We just have to find vehicles to do it with. That's all.
This is like viral, if you ask me. It should be viral if it's not, right?
God willing, with your help, ladies. It is my passion to have you guys this is now being noted. I expect to see your beautiful Giving Great Voice Challenge.
There you go.
Any day now.
Yes.
So I know that you're
it.
committed to doing it because, of course, you have to represent.
Absolutely. And tell our listeners how they can participate.
It's so easy. It's literally just making a video of what Giving Great Voice means to you, and it can be as simple as picking up the phone to call someone and sharing that experience, and then tagging me on Instagram or Facebook so that I can repost, and just the hashtag Giving Great Voice Challenge. And then to spread it far and wide, to invite 3 more people to join. I like to think of it as the ALS challenge without really being cold and
Without
not
ice.
even having to give any money. I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's like
So much
you don't
better.
need a bucket over your head. It's just about sharing your voice, sharing that experience, and then inviting others to join this beautiful challenge.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for that. I'd like to give a great big shout out to our sponsor, IPDTL, who has allowed us to give Great Voice with Tasia here today, and for all of us to connect together, and for something more than just our seemingly voice for this or for that, but really to connect with our whole heart and with our whole soul. And Tasia, thank you so much for bringing this to light for all of us to participate. I think it's an amazingly beautiful gesture, and I love it.
I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful again to have you beautiful ladies help me get this message out, because I feel that this is going to be amazing and far and wide, and you guys are awesome for helping me to share it. So thank you so much.
You are so welcome. It is our absolute pleasure. And how can our listeners, our audience, find out more about you, get in touch with you?
They can find me on Instagram and Facebook at TasiaValenza.com. And if they want to find more about Giving Great Voice, that's my other website, which is GivingGreatVoice.com. And then the Giving Great Voice Challenge is I believe, on both websites, more information. So basically just through all my social media. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram and Facebook and at TasiaValenza.com and GivingGreatVoice.com.
And I want to give one quick shout out to Ashley, because she's another one who brought us all
Oh
together
my gosh,
today.
I love
Yes.
Ashley.
Yeah.
She helps all of us, and
She does.
she inspired me and said, "Yeah, I love the Giving Great Voice Challenge. Why don't we get it out there?" And I was like, yes. So I'm going to give huge props to Ashley, who's an incredible social media goddess and helps with so much of helping me get my message out to the world. So
yes.
thank you, Ashley.
And thank you, Ashley, for being a boss lady yourself, helping us out with the boss, and for connecting us all together. And we'd like to give a great big thank you to our newest sponsor, Voiceovers.com. Your voice, your way.
Fair, efficient, transparent. These guys are the most effective voice career management and professional voice casting tool in the industry. Check them out.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
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 Join us next week for another edition of VO Boss with your hosts Ann Ganguzza and Gabby Nistico. All rights reserved. Ann Ganguzza voice talent in association with 3 Moon Media. Redistribution with permission. Coast-to-coast connectivity via IPDTL.
I'm rolling. Gabby, are you recording?
Never.
Gabby, you should do that.
I'm doing too many things already.
Gabby, you record. Go record.
I am. God damn
I'm
it.
recording.
Damn it. David. David. David.
David.
David.
Ew.
Ew, David.
Ew, David. Ew.
What are they talking
All day.
about?
All day and twice on Sunday, right there. That would be
Ew, David.
Schitt's Creek, and
Schitt's
if you
Creek
haven't
is
seen it,
amazing.
you need to.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I love David, actually. I think David and his boyfriend's relationship is the cutest thing ever. I swear to God.
It is.
Like, David's expressions every time, like, I swear to God, crazy.
I'm a big fan of Moira, but
I love Moira.
You guys just turn into college students.
This is
It's
Moira.
hilarious.
Moira.
so, Moira.
I try to talk. If I could talk like Moira, my life, I swear to God, my life would be made.
And
If I could just talk. So, you want contacts. And then. I can't think of a word like she says that's like all woohoo! Here we
So
go.
street, Ann.
Here we go. I'm so street. Yeah, I'm real street. Sorry, I think we snort.
I agree completely. It's almost like the demand is finally starting to meet the supply of new talent that's coming in. And crap, where was I going to go with it? I totally lost my train of thought.
brain fart.
Brain fart indeed.
That's okay.
But,
Gabby will edit.
No, she won't. That's staying.
But
Why must this be so challenging?
I love how all
Sound
voice actors
studio
break into
input
song when
is
something
the
goes
one.
wrong. I'm gonna murder a dog, Anne.
What's she doing?
She's just pain in my balls. I hate her.
Tasia? Oh, Tasia. Hello, Tasia.
In case
Taking
you heard
her
that, that was not about in reference to you. That was in reference to my dog who's being naughty.
What'd you say?
I don't want Tasia to think I said I hate her. It's not-
Wow,
was
but
not-
but it's okay if Anne thinks that.
Oh my God! I'm just giving up. I'm walking
Tasia.
away.
Tasia. Tasia. Oh my God, Tasia.
Valenza.
David, Tasia.
No, it's more about you, but hold on. Hello.
It is about
Keep
us,
talking.
Tasia. It is about us.
It's always about us.
It's
I
always
know,
about
darling.
us.
Is that from one
Hello.
diva to another? I
Hello.
respect that. I respect that.
Sounds awesome.
Enough. You are being the worst.
The fact that we are together doing this is so wonderful. Third time's the charm.
Woohoo.
Yes, always. Tasia and I both
How's
have a
the-
3 thing.
Have a what? A fruity
We have a
thing?
3 thing.
What's a
3
3
is our
thing?
number.
Oh, is it?
3 is your
Yeah.
number, right? Is that like
Yeah.
a numerology?
Yeah,
8
you've
is
got your
mine.
3 plateaus. I have 3 Moon Media. We've got our 3s.
Oh, yes.
You think I don't remember things? I remember all.
I remember.
I am actually quite impressed. That only shows the awareness that your brain cells are still intact and mine are not.
No, it shows how enamored I am with you. That's all. It makes me weird and creepy.
Perhaps that's it too,
Tasia,
and I'm just a
until
little
you
bit more on the
connected-
narcissistic side.
Until you connected Tasia, Gabby was all worried that you were like going to think badly of her because she was yelling at her dog.
But you guys are family at this point, so I'm sure you
Yeah.
you have, as I've heard from your outtakes, you guys are very funny with each other, and I think
listen to the
all the
outtakes?
masks are off, right?
Yes, I agree.
I love that people listen to the outtakes and they found out the real Anne.
But I always joke about what Giving Great Voice is that my husband knows exactly how I feel about him by the way I say his name. Right? It's like, and I, who can teach this much better than I can do it, can make the conscious decision, how would I like to ask him to pick up his socks? Honey? Or Harvey?
Stop it.
Gabby, you going to be able to handle this now today? or
I'm
you
bribing
got-
her. I'm bribing her to shut up. As we
Don't you have
speak.
anybody else there that can help you
No, no one's here right now.
maintain the
'Cause of
dog? Can you
course.
maintain the dog?
I'm working on it.
For crying out
Yeah,
loud.
is the
I'm
doggy
working
driving you nuts?
She's being a royal pesticle today.
Pesticle. She's a pesticle.